now bring in NewsNation senior national security contributor, retired Lieutenant General Richard Newton. Lieutenant General, happy Monday to you. The situation on the ground seems to be deteriorating rapidly. I mean, the IDF warning those Lebanese citizens to evacuate their homes in the southern part of the country. How close are they to a full-on war?
Well, good morning, Markie. As Tom reported, there's significant escalation both on Israel's part and Hezbollah to the north in Lebanon of what has been an ongoing conflict. Reportedly, obviously, Hamas did that diabolical attack against Israel in Gaza, just outside of Gaza, on the 7th of October. On the 8th of October, Hezbollah conducted a large-scale attacks beginning on the 8th in support of, or certainly in parallel with the Iranian proxy Hamas. And so what you've seen is since the 8th of October, more than 8,800 rocket, artillery, mortar attacks, missile attacks against Israeli civilians in the north of Israel along that Lebanon-Israel border. So what you're seeing is Israel now shifting its focus strategically, Markie, from Gaza, where there is somewhat a status quo now on the battlefield against Hamas terrorists, now strategically shifting to the north. That's why you're seeing these airstrikes. You're seeing a number of strikes that were conducted last week regarding those pagers and walkie-talkies. As Tom reported, Israel took out a significant senior Hezbollah commander on Friday, and more strikes leading up to this morning. So I believe we're on the cusp of a major conflict now between Israel and Hezbollah up in just that southern border area of Lebanon. And
do you expect to see Israel, completely invade Lebanon here on the horizon? And if so, what might that look like?
Not certain yet, Mark. It's a great question. What we've seen, however, is Israel has moved its 98th division. It's an elite army division of paratroopers and commandos from, as I mentioned, the Gazan operation to the south, now to the north. You're seeing intensified airstrikes from Israeli air power. So certainly they are preparing a military campaign, I believe, and it's my opinion that they're close to conducting a much more escalated conflict with Hezbollah. And somewhat justifiably, I'd like our viewers to understand, again, going back to my comments, Hezbollah is a terrorist organization. It's a very effective organization that is really focused on destroying Israel as well. And they have forced the evacuation since the 8th of October, 60,000 Israeli civilians out of their homes in the northern part of Lebanon, is Israel, and so forth. So again, the back and forth of this is significant. We're just seeing, I think, a beginning of even more escalation. I would anticipate this week.
And just about a minute left, Lieutenant General, and I do want to ask you about the hostages, because as fighting between Israel and Hezbollah worsens, the Times of Israel has reported that Prime Minister Netanyahu actually told lawmakers during a closed-door meeting earlier today that he thinks only half of the 97 hostages still held in Gaza are even alive. So how would a second front in Israel's war on terror impact their ability to bring those hostages home?
Very complicated. And again, still our hearts and minds and our prayers go out to those hostages and their families. My sources also tell me there are reported 97 hostages still remaining. More than half, in my opinion, are perhaps dead at this point. But he cannot forget the hostages. That's still a very difficult thing for Israel to really try to maintain its focus in Gaza, and I'm sure they are. But it's difficult because the lives of those hostages swing in the balance. But again, the hostages were taken by Hamas just for this to use as leverage. Prime Minister Netanyahu, however, is not going to back down. He's not going to back into Sinwar, the Hamas leader, mandating that Israel leave Gaza and that they have a permanent ceasefire. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
So it's a tough time for all.
Yeah, and hard to believe just 2 weeks from today, October 7th, marking a year since that initial massacre and attacks. Lieutenant General Richard Newton, always good to have you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.